Hey everyone. So in this video, I'm going to share some simple tips with you on how you can distinguish local value. And I'm going to use this drawing of a scarf and actually going to imagine or render it as 3 different scarves. Now, of course, I have to take a moment to thank you guys so much for supporting the book. It's meant so much for all the support, all the feedback I've gotten. Whether it's on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, even via email. I thank you so much, guys. And for those who have taken the time to go on Amazon and left a comment, it means a lot that you guys do that. And thanks so much for that support. So when I talk about local value, I mean, for example, let's think about bananas, like a yellow banana and a green banana. Imagine the yellow banana and green banana, but in black and white. So now you have a banana that's green and one that's yellow. So even if you're seeing this in black and white, right, a grayscale photograph, you will still be able to distinguish them because the local value of the yellow banana is inherently lighter than the local value of the green. So yellow is lighter than green or blue. The thing is, you have to be able in pen and ink to be able to vary the properties of your strokes to be able to show that. So like in my book, I discuss some properties of lines. For example, the spacing of lines, you can vary that. You can vary the directions of lines. You can vary the weight of a line. And, you can also layer your lines. So for example, if you're shading, say for example, this is the green banana, right? And let's say we're having light is coming from this side. So that means we're going to have this one be in light and this side is going to be in shadow. This side is going to be in light and this side is going to be in shadow. Now on the shadow side of the green banana is going to be, see my strokes are pretty close. And especially if I'm going to use cross hatching, then I can even deepen the value some more. Now in the light areas, it's not going to be as light, but I'm definitely going to use some strokes there as well. See, so I'm distinguishing the shadow side from the side in light. And this is a cast shadow from this banana. Now, with the yellow banana, we're going to be using lighter strokes. And for the light area, I may not even put any strokes at all, and I may just leave it just like that. What I'm communicating then is that this is lighter than this is. So this has a lighter local value than this does. So, and that's the thing that I'm going to try to share with you with this scarf by having one scarf, or actually maybe I'll do 3. So one will be like a light value, one will be a middle value, one will be a deep value. And what I'm essentially going to do is using different types of strokes. So with one set of strokes, I'm actually going to make them really close. And with the other set of strokes, I will vary that. So it communicates a little bit lighter. You see that? And then there can be a third set of strokes, spacing them out. Now, the tricky part is you have to still convey light and shadow. So in other words, you're varying these sets of lines from shadow to light, these sets of lines from shadow to light, while still distinguishing all 3. So it's a useful little exercise. You can use actually, do this with spheres or any simple forms that you actually have, or you can actually find forms like this. So let's say we're going to have the, in this case, we're going to have the light source coming from up top. All right. And we're going to be distinguishing the local value. We're going to be distinguishing the light and shadow. And we're also going to be distinguishing the properties of the lines to communicate that. So the first scarf, I'm going to treat it like it's a mid-gray value. And you'll notice that I'm not going to leave any of the white spaces uncovered. I'm going to pretty much be putting lines everywhere. And what that does is it's almost like coloring it before I actually start rendering the light and shadows. And that's something I usually do before I actually start determining where the light is or where the light source is and where the shadows are going to form. I actually cover the entire area with a series of strokes, and then from there I start focusing on light and shadow and so on. So it's also important to notice that the strokes that I've put down to indicate the gray tone of the scarf also are cross contour lines. So they actually follow the curvature that I'm sensing, and even the lines that follow that indicate light and shadow are also following the cross contour as well. So you have to accentuate, you know, the form as well as indicate light and shadow. Now this second scarf is going to be the lightest of all of them, and you'll notice that the lines are really sparse. I almost use no cross hatching. They're all just hatch marks, and that's to make sure I don't deepen the value too much. And here you actually see a lot of the white of the paper showing through. Now this scarf is going to be like a deeper gray, and what you'll notice is that I'm putting down like a series of strokes, and this will help to create like an undertone, and then I'll start building the cross contour marks over that. And what that does, it helps to make the scarf a lot deeper in value, and also by, you know, combining that with the much closer marks and overlapping marks, it creates a deeper value. So this last scarf is like a solid black. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving out like white lines that would actually help to kind of like describe the shape and contour, as well as kind of like give it some definition. So, you know, if it's just solid black without any of these lines, it will just be flat. So I have to actually either leave out these white lines or actually use my white ink jelly roll pen to actually like create some contour for it to have some shape. Okay guys, so hopefully you found this useful, and you can see that it's a really cool way to challenge yourself, practice varying the different properties of your strokes, and also it's a really cool way to practice restraint. One of the most common things in pen and ink drawing is the problem with over rendering. And you have to understand that sometimes you have to be able to restrain yourself and hold back from over rendering certain areas. So like when you're dealing with areas that are lighter in local value, you have to be aware that your strokes cannot be the same way as when you're rendering somewhere else. You have to be able to restrain yourself and understand that, okay, you know what, if I want to convey this as lighter, then I will space my strokes out. I'll use less strokes and stuff like that. So it's a really cool exercise. I use it all the time, and hopefully it's something that you can apply to your own work as well. All right. See you in the next video, and thanks so much for watching. And remember to give the video a thumbs up.